Right now we are standing in front of the area where we squeeze the agave, collect all of the juice of the agave, and this is a very, very important area. Everybody thinks, oh, they are just squeezing juice and doing nothing else. But to me, it is important because also at the time of squeezing, we are adding water, and it's a water that comes from our natural spring, and it's a water with a lot of minerals that will also help imparting specific flavors for all of our tequilas. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's very important because if I understand it correctly, the juice that is coming out of the oven and is coming out of the squeezing here of this beautiful machine, it's working like a Swiss clock or something, just turning over. And what I understand is the juice that we get is too sweet to mix correctly with the yeast.
It gets inhibited, the yeast gets inhibited, so we need to dilute the juice to a certain level where the yeast will feel real attracted to it, will eat it and convert it into this beautiful alcohol.
Yes, and that means we add about 1 part water for 1 part juice. So it's a very important element of eventually the fermentation, I understand.
Yes, and where that water is added, it is right here at the moment that we are squeezing the agave, because we squeeze the agave, then we add water, then we squeeze again,
yes,
add more water. So it is a process that comes all the way 5 times with this machinery of adding water, squeezing, adding, squeezing, in order to extract most of the sugar, but then the minerals that the water is carrying will do also their magic, and they will impart certain flavors.
And if we think of a natural product, which are your products here from La Alteña, this is pure nature. This is water that has fallen and filtered through these mineral elements and come and greeted us here, right here.
Following that process of coming to squeeze, going to fermentation, going to distillation, going to a final tank where the boilers would use it to convert that into steam, and then reconvert it back into a pond that we have. That pond will also again filter the water down, and it is a cycle that gets repeated, and therefore also we are recycling most of our water. I don't say all of it because some will go in your bottle of tequila, but most of the water gets recycled here, and it is the same water that is coming naturally out of the spring that comes out the ground in our premises right here.
Now what about this, Carlos?
The final step on squeezing the agave is at the end. We will have the dry fibers, the dry pulp of the agave, and that dry pulp actually also we take it to a specific area, a specific field that we have, where we reconvert this into something useful. We compost this with also some of the residues of distillation. That the water from distillation that is a residue will go together with this to a compost field, so we convert this into a natural fertilizer that we will bring back to the soil to feed and nurture our agaves, and therefore it is the complete cycle. So at the end we are not really creating or producing any leftovers. Everything gets recycled and go back to the nature as the nature gave it to us.